Hi, so in this video, it's going to be quite short. Those of you who recognise the graphic behind me may know what this is about. What I am basically wanting, normally I wouldn't actually post stuff on Blizzard forums saying, oh, can we have this, like, you know, petition-wise. Obviously, what I've been doing with Paladins for Battle for Azeroth is to say, okay, can you at least post what your thoughts on this? But there is something I am going to ask for here. And Hayven Games, that is a YouTube creator who sadly passed away 1 year ago today, but did work that was very much appreciated by a fairly large community. And what people were certainly asking for at the time was that there should be some memorial within the game for someone like this. Now, Blizzard, on a regular basis, in fact in every expansion, will immortalize players in some format in the game somehow. Now, there's different ways of doing this. You know, you could name an item after a person. That's fine, that's great. The ultimate accolade, I think, is always, though, to have an NPC within the game with that player's name. That doesn't happen very often. Now, in this particular case, that's what I think should happen. I don't think there should just be an item named after the person. Bear in mind, Blizzard haven't said anything on the issue at all, as far as I can tell either. A lot of people, of course, a year ago were asking for this, but now that we're actually into the Battle for Azeroth Alpha, I was thinking it might be a good time to actually do something, to actually put a constructive post together to sort of say to Blizzard, look, you know, there was this person who's unfortunately passed along, and memorials are there for a reason. I mean, most of the things that they put in game are for players that are still alive and kicking now. I think it is much more important that it is done for someone who has passed on, particularly as, and I'm going to put a link to a video down below that he produced, as someone who, even when he was in the latter stages of cancer, was producing content on YouTube. So this is someone who basically spent their dying days, effectively, on producing content on, you know, living in World of Warcraft, using it as an escape, whatever you want to look at it. And I think a lot of people would find it appropriate that there is certainly some indicator of this person's passing, but in my opinion, it should be an NPC. So what I'm going to ask people to do, I have created a post on the North American forums, and you know, if someone wants to create one of the EU forums, that would be ideal too. I could do that myself as well, but you know, the North American forums, we all know, is where most of the stuff is going to be read and brought to the attention of the Warcraft devs. I'm also tweeting the Warcraft devs with this video as well. So what I would encourage people to do is to go on the post. Now, I don't just want people to go on that thread and upvote it or just add a note of support for this. I want it to be more constructive for that. What I want people to do is to post an idea for where this NPC could be and what the rationale for them being there would be. What I'd really love, what I think would be absolutely brilliant, and it's got to be the accolade of accolades, is if it's an NPC that actually gives you a quest somehow in Battle for Azeroth. But that's not necessarily what I'm asking for. I would just ask for it to be an NPC, maybe bouncing around Stormwind, something like that, called Hayven, and that would be very touching for me. But I want you to go onto the forums, if you wouldn't mind, and post some ideas for where it could be placed and for what reason it be there. In other words, when you click on it and it gives a little bit of a story, what should the story be? What should the explanation for that NPC be? If you don't know who Hayven is, then check out the link I've put below to one of his videos, and check out the channel as well. You can sort of see the stuff he was doing. Thanks very much for supporting this, if you are going to support it, and the link to the post that I've created is also down below. Thank you.